a sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me.
Hi, everyone. Well, I'm really, really pleased to welcome back to the show, all the way from New Zealand, Neville. Ryan Neville. Sorry, Ryan. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's always lots of fun seeing you and having a chat to you, of course. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome for sure. Yeah, we were just sort of a mix up in time, and because you're you're now the 22nd, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So we're the afternoon of the 21st here. So
which gets a wee bit tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. So what's happening with your music career? Anything new?
Yes, so we've been releasing a couple of new songs and things, and we've just started our tour, and our Neon Gypsy tour, which started last week, 2 weeks ago, I should say. So we're traveling at the moment, which has been a lot of fun. It's a 10-day tour, so all through New Zealand, just the South Island of New Zealand. We have North and South Island, which has been a lot of fun. A new band, which is always great fun as well. So we're kind of busy doing lots of things.
Oh, right. That sounds really good. So when you're on a tour, like approximately how many shows do you do?
So we would do, I reckon, around anywhere between 7 and 10 shows in a year. So about that, yes.
Okay. So like what distances do you travel?
So the South Island, fortunately for us, it's actually not that large, which is great. So it takes us roughly about 3 to 4 hours to get to each show, which is really good. So it's not too far to travel. So we all kind of get together in our bus and head wherever we need to go. Normally at the moment we're going south of Christchurch, so we're roughly in the middle of the South Island, and so we've been heading south. Unfortunately, it's been cold. It's winter, so of course we've been hitting a wee bit of snow and things.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. I was just thinking about, like I recently had a party, and I had the 3 different bands there, and it's like, you got to set up all your equipment. So you bring it all in, and you set it all up, and you do your gig for whatever length of time. Then you got to pack everything up again. Do you guys do that yourself, or do you have
we fortunately have a wee bit of a crew, but we certainly all do help out. So it's one of those things that we do. It's about a 4-hour setup for our show. And as you can imagine, at the end of the night, we pack down in half that time because everyone wants to get finished and things. But yeah, so it is a big setup. So we have to leave quite a bit early and set everything up and make sure we're there on time, which can be a wee bit stressful when you're traveling because you've got to make sure you can get there in plenty of time to set up, and hopefully on the night nothing goes wrong with equipment and things. So you do sound checks and so on. But yeah, so we do all help out, yes. But we're fortunate to have a wee bit of crew.
That's very good, yeah. Because a lot of people don't realize, if I'm going to go to, say, an event where there's musicians, normally they're already set up when I get there, right? So if you don't see that, you have no idea what's involved.
That is very true. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's sometimes nice to see what goes on behind the scenes because you get sort of an idea of what's involved in things. So yeah. I mean, fortunately, we all kind of enjoy up to a point that the setup. It's nice. I like to be hands-on because I know that everything's going to go well on the night. So I actually enjoy doing it. Even though it's a long day, I do enjoy it.
Yeah. So what do you do in the case of like some piece of equipment is not working properly?
Don't even say that.
Oops, okay, bad karma.
So we fortunately have extra of everything. So we have a backup. I'm one of those people we're paranoid, so I'll have 2 backups of every cable and every light and everything like that. So we have sound techs on the night that are just amazing. So if something goes wrong in the night, they're very quick to kind of hands on and fix the problem, which is great.
Yeah. I can relate a little bit. Like originally, when my show, this before COVID, we were a team, a group of people, right? That brought in the lights and whatever it is we had it, the microphones, and we had the kind of microphone that plugged into the tablet or whatever we were using, and it didn't always have an indication whether there was a battery that was working or not, So you and it's like, oh gosh, the battery's dead. Just like, so it's nice when the mic comes with a little bit of a light to let you know whether you have a
yes,
light or not. So anyway, so tell me about the band. How many? You said it's a fairly new band.
yes. So basically, because of the new year and new tour, so we're a 5-piece band, and as I said, we've just recruited a new bass player and singer, which has been fantastic. So we've been in the process of the last month, which are very fortunate. They're very talented at what they do, so they've had to learn up all the songs. So we've been for the new tour. We've learned some new songs, of course, and a new album, Voodoo, has been released. So we've been learning songs off that, of course. And so it's been a lot of fun connecting with these people, as I may have said before, and I'm sure you know this, but whenever you work with somebody or in a team, it's exactly that. It's a team of people. So it really is trying to connect with them and get to know them, and traveling on the road, what's it like with them and things like that, and what are their nerves like on the first night, and how well do they practice the songs up. So it's been quite a bit of a fun time, a little bit of stress, but a fun time of trying to connect.
Yeah. It's a different kind of stress, though. I mean, it's not right. It's like, you want to make sure everything goes right, and you're anxious to get up there and perform, correct?
Yes, absolutely. So it's fun. It always is, which is great. And like I said, it's such a team. So you'd have to rely on every member of the band, because I can't perform well unless the band is. They kind of feed me the information and so on. So it really is a trusting thing, which is great fun.
Yeah. I know some people are just solo performers. They've never worked with a group. Have you done both?
Many years ago, yes, I did. And it's funny because most of my life has been in bands, so it's very lonely kind of a feeling. Yeah.
Different process, isn't it?
Definitely.
Because sometimes, I don't know if I imagine if something did, maybe somebody missed a word or something like that, you're able to just keep going with when you have the old other band members to kick in, right?
Yes, yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's having a bit of a safety net or a fallback plan. So if this happens, this is what we do. So, this is the point of having the practices, isn't it? Because you can't have a perfect night. It's very hard to do that. It'd be great if we all did, but there's always something that occasionally slips up and that kind of thing. But having that backup plan and knowing what to do in case that happens is such a big thing.
Sure.
Important.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I call them creative glitches.
That's a good name for it.
Because awesome. Stuff is going to happen, right?
Absolutely. That's just life, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, for me, the worst thing is people's names. Like I tend to sometimes get, the way I was introducing you, I sometimes get people's names wrong, and it's like, oh my gosh, here I am, been doing this for like, 6-7 years now, and I still have problems with people's names.
Fun, you should say, because I tend to, at the end of the night, as you can imagine, after the 2-hour show, my brain's a wee bit fried, and of course I do the big introducing the thanking the band, and of course I now have to write a list. How terrible is that on the ground, especially the new members of the band, right? Yeah. So I have to go and introducing, and I'm thinking, what was that person's name again? Terrible. Exactly what you mean.
Sometimes I'll have a guest introduce themselves because I know when it's not a name that I'm familiar with, even if I practice it ahead of time, there's something weird happens in my brain that when I go to say it on camera, it just doesn't come out the way I think it's going to come out. So if it's really difficult, I say, well, I hope you don't mind. I'll get you to introduce yourself. They never seem to mind. People are pretty good, I think, right?
Absolutely. Maybe that's what I should do with the band at the end of the night.
There you go. Especially at the end of the night. Because you're tired. You've had a lot of performances, right? A lot of things to remember. So remember, band members' names could be a little,
Yeah, right. Absolutely. It's funny, just like you said, just you're focusing and it doesn't always come out of your mouth. You go have a blank, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. So now tell me about your audiences. What kind of audiences have you been getting? Do you have I mean, as in a mixed age group, or is it a certain age?
Yeah, no, we tend to 40s plus, so that's that kind of our age group. Playing blues, of course, and blues and jazz, that's that kind of that age group. But it's really nice to see we do get all ages, but generally speaking, it's 40, 50 plus. And it's been really good to see people are starting to come out again. As I don't as I hate to always mention, but the whole COVID slowed things down, of course, and we're still getting that around the world, of course. So it's really nice to see people are starting to come out, especially in winter. It's a tough time. It's nice to be at home in your nice warm fireplace. But yeah, so we're tending to get the crowds back again, which has just been fantastic, and we're just having a ball, which is great.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. Now, the songs you perform, are they all original songs?
So we do about a 60-40 split. So we tend to do 40% of our own music. Mm-hmm. And of course, the covers we kind of do our own way. So in a way, yes, we are covers with our own spin on it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So now with this new band, now are you still all collaborating in the writing, or is there maybe two specific people? Oh my God.
So always tended to I've always written the music for the band, but the beautiful thing I love doing is that I would then hand it to them with no instructions. It was just basically, here's the music, here's the chords, and do your thing, because I really love that. So in a way, that's how we work. So I'll give it to the keyboardist and bass player, for example, drummer, and say, just pop how you feel it. You listen to it, you just and that's been really great. That for me works, because it's exciting to hear. If I've done the structure, it's like building a house, and then just going, hey, what do you want to add to it? And that's been working for us really well. So I tend to, it's kind of, as you can imagine, when you're changing band members, it's just easier for me to kind of write and get them to add their feel on it, which has been fun. Yeah,
for sure. Now, I'm sure you'd be open if anybody else writes something and presents it to the band, right? That you would open
right, absolutely, because it's so nice to have other people's input and ideas. So absolutely.
Yeah, very good. Now, I know we probably covered this before, but remind everybody what you perform, what your part is in the band.
Right. So I tend to, so I'm the lead singer and lead guitarist in the band. And basically, it's a show that I set up. I've had this running now for about 6 years. I've always played the blues, but this form of our blues-based band, of our show band, we call it. Mm-hmm. So I've been the lead singer and lead guitarist in the band. And I've always been blessed with being fortunate enough to being able to pick good band members, and the musicians have been great fun to audition and things like that. So we've been pretty fortunate to have a pick of some very talented people.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just looking up. I'm just trying to find my messenger and just check out with on your profile page here.
Sure.
Just wondering, do you have I can't remember, because that's why I'm looking. Do you have a website?
Yes, we do. So it's RyanNevilleShowBand.co.nz.
There, I just found it. Yeah, because I want to make sure that gets included so people can check it out. Now, they can contact you there if they want to hire the band, or like, do you do? That's what I should have asked. Do you do like special events?
So we tend to be a show band in the sense of we hire theatres and we tend to do that rather than clubs and things. Mm-hmm. But always open to do any event, and we do festivals quite often, which has been great. So
right, yeah, because I mentioned that I just recently had a birthday party, and the beautiful thing about this, okay, the performers I had, the musicians I had that night, were all people I met on my show, doing my show. And
I would like, next time you have a birthday, ask me and I'll fly over, I promise.
All right. Well, I don't know. See, that was my 75th. I don't know if I'm going to do that part again, but it was so, to see these people like you, I can go online and I can check your music, but to have you there in person is such a beautiful, different thing. I just love it so much. So yeah, I might just make a special party just so you'll come over.
Oh, I would do it. I would do it.
That would be such a blast.
For a few years now. I'm planning to come very soon though, but I would love to.
Oh my God. That would be so cool. Yeah. And I would hook you up with some of the other band members, band people here. One of the people that performed is a blues singer. It's all his own original music. And he's a First Nations gentleman, a special friend of mine, and it's like, everybody was so happy. So I understand why people go and why people need music.
Well said. That's right. We include music in our life for most things, right? Exercises, when we're shopping, eating meals out, that kind of thing. It is a massive part, isn't it, of our life. It brings so much joy. So that's right.
Like
and it's
sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, unlike lots of things in their life, music can be what is actually quite good. It's good for us, isn't it? And it's a healthy thing. So to be addicted to music is a great thing.
Yeah, because I still believe during COVID, that was the time when we needed music the most, in my opinion. And the fact that in-person musical nights was shut down made no sense to me, because I'm thinking, put up something
Yes.
so that people can still get out.
Absolutely. This is why I perform. It's lovely to give joy. This is the thing, isn't it? Sometimes we have tough times in our life, but to give that and see people get up and dance and just sing along, and they kind of take themselves outside their normal day, and they just get involved in this, and they switch off into this happy mode, and that's so awesome to see. I mean, literally, it's the point of why I do what I do. So.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you have some songs out? Do you have some records out there?
Yes. So on all the digital stores, including Spotify and everything, of course, we've got 9 albums. We're working on number 10. So we're quite pleased to say that by the end of this year, we should have album number 10 out, which, of course, we've been working hard to get to number 10. So Voodoo is our new album that has just been released. So we're looking forward to sharing that with everyone, of course. So feel free to visit us on Spotify. You will find us there. So
I'm going to check it out for sure. How did you come up with the name of the album, Voodoo? I mean, I love the name.
Yeah, so it's a funny one, isn't it? Because this whole kind of, I don't know, some people get a little bit worried about the voodoo thing and the whole voodoo religion. So sometimes it's a little nice to kind of pop things out there to make people think, or to kind of ask the question, I guess. But I've always been a Jimi Hendrix fan. My recording studio here in New Zealand is Voodoo Music. And of course, that's where we record. So I thought, why not this time just simply pop the word out there, Voodoo. So
yeah, it's nice and easy to remember.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Which always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll have to go to New Zealand. Oh, well, I got other plans. Sorry. I don't mean it that way. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's hard because we're just getting ready to go to a trip to visit my family in Montreal, and then on it, more family in New Brunswick. And then my son lives in China, but I want to go to Thailand. So he said he could meet us in Thailand. So I got all these, I want to be everywhere, but I can't afford to be everywhere.
I know. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's nice travel, isn't it? We can finally get out and see the world once again, which is great.
Yeah, if money wasn't an issue, I'd be traveling all the time, because I can do my show from anywhere, right? That's what I love about Zoom. It has opened the world for all of us, right?
Absolutely, which is so good. It's just connecting us all, isn't it? It's really good.
Yeah. So I'm just going to remind everybody again, your website is www.Ryan Neville's show band. I'll write it down, people, so you can actually read it properly rather than the way I say things. So I think we touched on everything, didn't we, Ryan?
I'm pretty sure we have. And as I said, I always love getting up and talking to you. So this is early morning here in New Zealand, but I always love catching up with you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry, people, for being so I'm a little bit lightheaded because one of my meds, just for my blood pressure, makes me a little bit woozy sometimes. So I have trouble with my thoughts a little bit, so that's my excuse.
Perfect.
I made an excuse when I was 74, I didn't have any excuses, but now that I'm 75, I can make all kinds of excuses. Anyway, thank you again, Ryan. I really enjoy speaking with you, and hopefully you'll be back at another time.
Absolutely. Anytime you just ask and I'll be there, I promise.
Sounds good. And thank you, everybody, for watching the show, and please subscribe and share. Sharing is caring. Remember that now, Well, actually, that works for me. Thanks again, everybody. And thank you, Ryan. And peace out, world.
A sense of community, till the wax a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.